Chaos Max Blue Eyes deck profile here. Alright.
Yeah, guys, you've seen Chaos's Blue Eyes. Well, this is our Shadow's Blue Eyes.
Yep.
Dip.
He got me hooked on Blue Eyes, and I built my own with a few spicy little texts that I think are pretty cool that you guys will
Alright,
like.
so let's get in.
Alright. So we got 3 Blue Eyes. Obviously, it's trademark Blue Eyes deck.
No, you can play Blue Eyes without Blue Eyes.
And then with Blue Eyes comes the 3 alternatives. Just reveal Blue Eyes, summon alternative. And then after that, we got 2 Chaos Max, because I feel like 3 kind of gets a little bricky later in the game, because you're not normally ever going to get out 3.
So,
and plus, you also have a lot of searchers in the deck to get out, like Melody. We'll search it out. Plus, we're running some Manjus to be able to search it if you need that as well.
So, a quick question. Why do you run Chaos Max?
Because it's a really strong boss monster that I don't really need my extra deck for in case I get locked out against someone that wants to do that. Also, it does double piercing battle damage, and a lot of people forget that the lead monster's in defense position.
Alright, cool.
Alright, and after that, we got 1 Dragon Spirit of White. That's just treated as a white monster that some of the Ancients can search out, and a free banishment of some back row, and that's kind of nice to have.
Yeah.
Alright, and then we got 1 Felgrand and 1 Arcbrave. Felgrand's nice because it's a trade-in target, so you can get it to the graveyard. And then Arcbrave, you send that to the graveyard. We can discard that through Dragon Shrine, which we have later in the deck. Also, Melody will discard it from our hand.
And do you only want like one or the other, like just one up because they brick?
Yeah, I normally don't like to have Arcbrave in my hand because it's always bricky. I just want it in the graveyard, so I never want to see it, which is why I would just run one of them. And plus, if I can get it out with Return of the Dragon Lords, I can banish a bunch of face-up back row.
Okay.
And then with Felgrand, I like to have Felgrand in here because it lets me, if I get it out of the graveyard, it lets me banish a card on the field, and that's really useful, especially when stuff can't be destroyed with battle or card effects. I'm not destroying it, I'm banishing it.
Yeah.
So it gets around like Beals.
Yeah, guys, banishing is always better.
And then it gains attack based on how many stars it's banished, so that's a really nice, it gives me a little bit extra boost there. And if I do destroy a monster by battle with him, I can also summon any of these out of the graveyard. Well, except Chaos Max, of course.
Alright.
Alright. And then we're going to go 3 Stone of the Ancients. We're moving now to our level 1 tuners here. We got 3 Stone of the Ancients. We get it in the graveyard. I can summon a Blue Eyes monster from my deck onto the field. And plus on the graveyard, I can banish it, and then I can add Blue Eyes from my graveyard back to my hand. So that's really nice to do, especially if I have a Blue Eyes in hand and I have an Eternal in the graveyard, or vice versa. I can just bring it back in my hand and summon it out.
And how come you don't run, do you run Whitestone of Legend?
I don't like Whitestone of Legend, actually, because I feel like I'd rather have the ability to get it back in my hand through the graveyard effect, and I like Stone of Ancients better because it gets it straight from the deck onto the field rather than in my hand.
Alright.
And once the Legend just kind of feels a little bricky for me, and I don't really want to run cards with Consonants.
Yeah.
Alright, and then we got 2 Sages, which is a nice play. I don't normally use the first ability too much, but it will search out the Whitestone Legend. Also, the Maiden that I'm running. But Sage will let me search that out if I normal summon it. But normally I'll want to summon either the Stone or the Maiden, and I can use the second ability from my hand, where I can target one of these and send it to the discard, send it to the graveyard and discard it. And Sage's effect will let me get a Blue Eyes from my deck. And if I do it with Stone of Ancients at the end phase, I'll get another Blue Eyes, and so I'll end up with a +2 Blue Eyes on the field, and that's super nice to have.
Yep.
But if I do it on Maiden especially, I'll get 2 Blue Eyes during the main phase, and then that'll let me go into the extra deck with some Rank 8.
Plus Maiden will stay on the field, so you'll go into like Synchro or
Maiden
something.
actually will not stay in the field with that effect, because
Oh, it wasn't? Oh, okay.
it doesn't destroy negate the effect. It only negates the battle effect.
Alright.
Maiden's a kind of nice blocker if I had just have it on the field and I'm waiting for like a Sage or something.
See this, guys? This is why he runs the deck. He knows more about them than I do.
Alright, and then another target for Sage, because it kind of breaks once it's on the field, are the Manjus that we're running. We got 2 Manjus. That'll help us search out the ritual cards to get Chaos Max. We can either search Max or the ritual cards that we're running. And once it's on the field, it's kind of dead. So you can use Sage to target it and get a Blue Eyes out for free without having to worry about this staying on the field. And then from there, we'll move on to the hand traps. I'm running 1 Ash Blossom and 1 Ghost Ogre.
Yes, this man has pulled an Ash.
I actually pulled an Ash from a pack. I didn't actually buy that one. So I got really lucky with that one. But I'm running
This
just one of
lucky
these
man.
because, one, I only got one. I do have another Ghost Ogre, but I feel like it's kind of bricky, and Ghost Ogre's effect I don't use as much, as often, but it is nice to have, and Ash Blossom is a great card.
So if you wanted like another Ghost Ogre, you would take like the Ash out for the second Ghost Ogre?
Yeah, if you really felt like Ghost Ogre was using more than Ash Blossom, then yeah, I would take out Ash Blossom for another Ghost Ogre.
Alright.
But ideally, I might actually want to take out Ghost Ogre for another Ash, if that was possible.
And fun fact, guys, he's literally the only one out of us that has Ash. So.
I got super lucky on that one. And then now we move on to the super spicy type. So
you guys explain this one.
Alright. A lot of people like to run Kaijus to get over some stuff and tribute the opponent's monsters. I said, why do that when I can tribute 3 and use Frost Sphere mode? So we'll just, they summon out a big board, and I'll say that's cute, and then I'll just tribute all 3 of their monsters and put a Sphere mode over there.
I can't test, it's annoying.
Especially when I tribute his Quasar.
Don't mention that.
Alright, and then after
the
that,
actual spicy tag.
Once it comes back to me, I can do this and distribute it for an actual Ra for 4,000 attack, which is another spicy tech that a lot of people can't really get over, and I can just pay 1,000 life points to destroy a monster and then like attack directly, because I already distributed 3 of theirs.
Explain to our audience, so normally people when they run Sphere mode, they only run like just Sphere mode. Why do you run Ra?
I run Ra because once Sphere mode's on my side of the field, it's just kind of sitting there, and yeah, albeit it's blocking and protecting for me, but I'd rather, this deck, Blue Eyes is about building up your offense and just running over the opponent. So I felt like if I contribute this and put another 4,000 attack monster on the field, why not? So
plus, if nothing else, you're killing them with Winged Dagger Raw, so it's cool.
Exactly. And then the God cards are always spicy, so we just
those style points we always go for.
Exactly, as much style points as possible. All right, and that takes care of all the monsters. And now we're going to move on to the spells and trap cards that I'm running. So we're just running some basic trade-ins for draw power.
Naturally.
You can target Blue Eyes, Alternative, Dragon Spirit of White, and Felgrand also works with a trade-in target. So we have a lot of targets for trading.
Plus Chaos Max if it's dead.
And Chaos Max if we got rid of both of our ritual cards. And then we got Melody. We got 3 of the Melodies. That'll help us. It discards 1, so we can actually discard the White Stone if possible, so we can get the Blue Eyes out of end phase, or we can discard Arc Ray that's in our hand, so we can get it in the graveyard where we want it.
Alright.
That lets us search out Alternative, Blue Eyes, and it actually lets us search out Chaos Max, because it's a 3,000 or more attack, which is 4,000, and then 2,500 or less defense, and Chaos Max actually doesn't have defense. So that's
so annoying.
So now we have Manju and Melody to search out Chaos Max. So generally, we normally end up using the Manju to search out the ritual cards.
Yep.
But then we run in 3 Return of the Dragon Lords.
Best card in the deck.
Probably, most definitely the best card in the deck. We can get any of our dragons, pretty much any of our big dragon monsters out of the graveyard back onto the field. And then once it's in the graveyard, we can banish it and protect our dragons from destruction. So in case we have a big dragon type field and they want a Dark Hole or Regeki, just banish it and all of them are fine. So that's really useful. Definitely the best card in the deck. And then we're going to move on to the rituals. I'm actually only running 2 ritual cards. I got 1 advanced ritual art and 1 chaos form.
So is this for like just non-bricking?
Yeah, it's just non-bricking purposes. Generally, advanced ritual art, if I run too many of these, I end up bricking because the only targets I can actually use for advanced ritual art are the Blue Eyes White Dragons. And they have to be in my deck. And generally, I get the Blue Eyes out of my deck really quickly.
Because you want those for alternative.
Because I want them for alternative. So generally, I just want 1 of these so I can send it to the graveyard, and then I get a Chaos Max out. And then I run Chaos Form for when I do have it out of the graveyard, or out of the deck, because I contribute it from my hand, field, or graveyard, and I can banish it from my graveyard, and that'll let me get out another one. And so I just run 1 of each, because if I run any more, it does end up bricking, and I'm not actually able to do much with it.
Alright.
When I do that.
Sounds good.
And then I run another spicy tech to go with Chaos Max. I got 1 Swords of Concealment.
Oh god, yes, this thing.
So Chaos Max actually does double piercing battle damage to defense position monsters. So I thought, why not just run a Swords of Concealing Light and throw all of their monsters in defense position forcefully?
I have dealt with this, guys. It is annoying.
And generally a lot of people also forget to take their monsters out of attack, especially when they got Chaos Max out there. Because they always forget that ability. So even if they do remember, we force them to put it in defense position anyway, and then we just take advantage of that and double piercing damage with Chaos Max. They won't be safe after that. And then we got one Dragon Shrine. Dragon Shrine, I don't, personally, it's an alright card. I normally use it to get like a couple monsters in the graveyard in case I need it. But it's not too special of a card. I'm still kind of like figuring out whether I want it in the deck or not.
If you only have one Dragon Shrine, could you take that and put like Foolish Burial in?
Yes, Foolish Burial would work as well. Just as well, honestly. The only reason I'm running Dragon Shrine is because I'm only going to be sending Dragon-type monsters in the graveyard, and if I want, it lets me send 2. So that's the only reason why I run that over Foolish Burial. And then we got the Mandatory Monster Reborn.
Because Monster Reborn.
Obvious. Super good card. And we got a Dark Hole to wipe the board in case we ever need that. I'm actually going to be swapping this out for a Regeki because I have that in the mail on the way.
Yes.
We got one more spicy tech because I love my spicy tech in this deck.
Yes,
we're trying to force as much stuff into this deck as we can.
This man loves his one-ups.
Yeah, I got a lot of one-ups here. So we're running one Dragonsmere. So we can get some fusion cards out here. So I'm only running one Dragonsmere because it does banish my cards, and I don't really want that because I want them in the graveyard and on my field. But I'm really only running this for late, and I only run one up because I don't want to see it too often. I only want to see it like late game if someone's able to get over my Chaos Max and I can't really do anything, or get over like my Synchros and XYZs. It kind of gives me that last ditch attempt to get over some big boss monsters.
Plus, 5-headed is always fun.
And I am running 5-headed in this deck as well, which works late game. I'll have plenty of dragons to banish.
Alright.
Later. And then we were just running 2 trap cards. We got a Solemn Strike, which I actually have a Solemn Judgment in the mail, which I'm probably going to end up switching out, or a Solemn Warning. But either any of the Solemn Strikes, Strike, Warning, Judgment, they're all really good cards to have. And they just negate a summon.
And then the last spicy tech card.
We got one more spicy tech. We're running one Loop of Destruction, actually. So we pulled this from the Kaiba collection that we got here. And I was looking at it, I was like, I thought, wait a minute. Alternative destroys a monster with his effect. If I have Loop out, I can destroy a second monster. So I thought that was a nice, cool tech I could run, and then everyone loses 500. And I could just do that once per turn and end up netting 2 monsters destroyed per turn. And that ends up being pretty good. But I only run one because it only works with alternative on the field. So I don't want to see it too much. But it is a nice tech to have. And that takes care of the main deck. It's a total of 41 cards.
Yes, guys. And now we go on to extra deck.
Move on to the extra deck. We got our staple Galaxy Eyes Dark Knight right here. But we're going to start off with the fusions first. So we're running one Blue Eyes Twin Burst Dragon. It's actually a contact fusion, which would work with Alternative and Blue Eyes White Dragon, because Alternative is treated as a Blue Eyes White Dragon, which is the material needed for Twin Burst. And Twin Burst is a really nice card to have because it cannot be destroyed by battle, actually. And if it attacks a monster and the other monster isn't destroyed, it banishes that monster. So it's a really nice deck to have, and it's another way to get over Beals and some other stuff that's like too big for, if anything just happens to be too big for this deck to handle.
And it's also a really good card against Dynamis.
And it does work really well against Dynamis because it can attack twice on monsters. And then we get into the other fusions, which Dragonsmere lets us get into. We got 2 Neo Ultimate Blue Eyes. We're running 2 just because of the effect of Blue Eyes. You can I believe it is Banish. No, send it to the graveyard so we can attack twice in a row, so we can get multiple attacks out with Blue Eyes. So we're just running 2. So we're only ever going to be able to get 1 out, but we're just running 2 so we can discard 1 so we can make multiple attacks. That's pretty nice. And then we're running 1 First the Dragons. It's very situational. I don't normally go into this one. I'd rather go into Twin Burst or Neo Ultimate. But it's really nice because it can actually not be destroyed by battle unless it's a normal monster. And not a whole lot of normal monsters can actually get over the 2700 attack.
Plus, it's also a lot of decks. Like, they're not, like, super, like, in danger of the card, but it's really annoying to get rid of it for a lot of decks.
Exactly, because not a whole lot of decks run normal monsters. They like their effects.
Yes.
So we'll take advantage of that. And we'll just create a monster that can't be destroyed by battle. And then we got our last fusion card.
The big boy himself.
The big boss monster on the fusion card. So we got 5-headed right here, because we have plenty of dragons that Dragonsmere can banish later in the game. We can get 5-headed out, and 5-headed is a great card. It can't be destroyed by battle with Dark, Earth, Fire, or Wind. That's super nice, and it's a 5,000, 5,000. It'll get over pretty much everything in the game.
Plus, if you have this thing out plus Chaos Max, that's just That's just not cool.
Yeah, and then we'll just get both this and Chaos maxed out, and there's really not much they can do about it. And then we'll get, alright, so now we're going to move on to the Synchros. We're running 2 Blue Eyes Spirit Dragons. The Spirit Dragons are really nice because it prevents them from special summoning more than 2 monsters per turn. That kind of slows down some Pendulum decks, as well as you can also negate a graveyard effect. Now, a lot of decks have effects that activate in the graveyard, and this will really mess up their momentum. So we like to have that out, and if they do end up destroying it, we can use this effect, a quick effect, to take care of it, destroy that, and then we can get Azure Eyes out. And Azure Eyes will protect all our dragons for at least 1 turn, and then during the standby phase, we can get out our Blue Eyes from the graveyard if it's there. So that's nice to have. That's all the Synchros I'm running. I could run some other Synchros with Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon if I wanted, but right now my extra deck's kind of full with some other stuff.
So
I do like to have the fusions as an extra option, because I feel like they give me some extra support that other Synchro monsters wouldn't really give me.
And real quick, guys, for suggestions, if you want to run more Synchros, would probably be Star Spark Dragon, Black Rose Moonlight Dragon, and Michael of the Iceborne.
I did run them for a little bit, but I took them out just so I can run the fusion spicy tech.
This man loves the spicy tech.
Oh yeah, all about the spicy tech. Alright, now we're moving on to our XCs. We got 1 Heradic Son of Overlord of Heliopus. He's nice. I haven't really gone into him too much, but he's nice. I can tribute some monsters and destroy some things on the field. So that's nice to have. And then we got 1 number 68 10-foot Sky Prism. That's pretty nice against something like Chaos Dragons or Lightsworn, and actually gains 100 attack for every monster in either graveyard. And so with the amount of monsters we get in our graveyard, and especially against like a Lightsworn or Chaos Dragon,
I hear that.
It gets pretty up there with an attack. So that's pretty nice to have. And it's kind of situational, but it's nice to have. And then we get into the staple Galaxy Eyes engine. We got Galaxy Eyes Cypher Dragon, Galaxy Eyes Full Ember Proton, and then we got Dark Matter. First, you got 2 rank 8s going to Cypher Dragon, and then depending on what you want to do, you can use Cypher Dragon's detach ability, and you can detach 1 and then take an opponent's monster. And that can be pretty useful, albeit you won't be able to attack directly except for Cypher Dragon, so that kind of restricts you. But when you take it, the card you take actually becomes Cypher Dragon itself. So you can actually attack with both because both of them are treated as Cypher Dragon. So then you can attack with both of them if you want. And then if you do have, I'm actually not running any links. I would recommend if you wanted to run links, you could do a Deco Talker. If you did have a link and you got this out, you take a monster, you can actually overlay the Former Proton onto the other Cypher Dragon. That way it doesn't go back to them at the end phase of the turn like Cypher Dragon's ability says. And then you get to keep a free Former Proton and the Galaxy Eyes Cypher Dragon, in which case you can go onto Dark Matter onto that, and so you get Former Proton and Dark Matter out.
And Dark Matter is always good.
Dark Matter is a great card. And then, and because I'm not running any links, I just do that and I can take it and just attack with, take their monster and attack with it that turn. And then I can go into Full Armor Proton. I can detach 1, destroy 1 monster and attack them with a 4K. But normally I end up going into Dark Matter. Dark Matter is great because as soon as you summon this, you can send 3 monsters, I believe, 3 Dragon-type monsters from your deck to your grave. And as a Blue Eyes deck, we love to have that in our graveyard. And then, while doing so, it also forces the opponent to banish 3 monsters from their deck. And that can really hurt some decks, depending on where they are at the stage of the game.
Yep.
And then, you can also detach 2 from Dark Matter, and then you can make up to 2 attacks on monsters in that turn. And for a 4,000 attack, that adds up pretty quickly. And that takes care of the deck.
So overall, what do you like? Do you like the deck?
Right now,
anything else you might want to change?
Right now, I really like the deck, and it's really fun. If anything, like I said, I was gonna change out the Dark Hole for Raigeki, and I might switch around the extra deck a little bit depending on how I'm feeling. But overall, I do really like the way the deck works, and it's definitely one of my favorite decks.
All right. Well, guys, this has been Shadow bringing his Blue Eyes deck profile. I've been Griffith the Four Horsemen. Don't forget to drop a like, comment, subscribe, leave any suggestions or any civil criticisms. So, yeah, we'll see you guys later.
See you next time.